Hello there. Oh, I just thought, did I do my mascara? And I was like, yes, it's done. I mean, really, what? Okay, so today we're going to be doing a first impression on the new L'Oreal Micro Brow. This is meant to give you the look of microbladed brows, which is a little bit more on the extreme side of brow maintenance, I feel, because if you've ever watched any kind of videos on YouTube about microblading, it's a little bit terrifying actually. Don't know that much about it, but yeah, I don't think I'd be doing it anytime soon. So I feel like it is really kind of, you know, on trend right now, and I can see why L'Oreal wanted to jump aboard the microblading train. So this cost me $7.99 and I got it from Boots. I have it in the shade Cool Brunette. I am going to be applying this in a sec, but before I do that, I am just going to read out the claims on the L'Oreal website. I know nothing about this other than it's meant to give you a microbladed look. I've not seen any reviews on it. I've not read any reviews. One of my subscribers did tell me that she tried it and she didn't like it. But other than that, I'm going in with a completely kind of open mind and hoping that I like it, but we just don't know. So, I mean, look guys, what do you think I kicked? This fecking thing every single video, every day, kicking the liquid suedes. I need to move them somewhere else at this point. But anyway, so it just, by the way, how are you? I'm so sorry I did not ask. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Thank you so much for stopping by. And yeah, we're just going to discover this product together. So okay, back to the claims. So it just says microbladed brow look without the commitment, hair like strokes, up to 24-hour tattoo wear. So at the end of the review I will let you know how easy this was to wash off, and if it did last for, well, I won't be leaving it on for 24 hours, feck that, but I will let you know at the end of the video. So it just, that's it. Well, how do I do it? Like, what? You can't just tell me that and then not give me any instructions. Oh, okay, feck the L'Oreal website. I knew I should have gone to the Boots website. The Boots website always gives me clear instructions. Okay, so it comes in 6 different shades, ranging from like grey, like brown and blonde. I very rarely go for like blonde shades in brow products because I always find that they're quite warm toned, which I'm not really the biggest fan of. So okay, it just says, oh, I've got an itchy nose. I mean, how rude right now is that? Okay, so it just says introducing new L'Oreal Paris Brow Artist Micro Tattoo Eyebrow Definer. Why such a long name, L'Oreal? Like, why? Inspired by the art of microblading to help you design your most perfect natural looking brows. I don't think that microbladed brows look that natural personally. I think my brows as they are now look like natural brows, but microbladed ones actually look very like perfect, and perfect is not my brows right now. So I mean, look at my brows right now. This is a sad situation going on. It just says now you can get the microbladed brow look without the commitment. I'm a commitment phobe, so that sounds great to me. The micro trident tip? Bullshit. I mean, I hate it when they make up terms like that. You know, like shampoos and conditioners are so bad for it. The Emphylimus Saturnaceous Felanius Cockmanger will just make your hair the most perfected unicorn hair in the world, and you're just like, oh, what the heck? It just says the ink formula lasts for 24 hours without smudging or budging. So how do I use this fecking thing? Use on clean brows before applying foundation. Well, I've got foundation on. I've just actually filmed my first impression of the new Infallible Stick Sculptor Foundation. This review will be coming up in a few days, but I've just applied it, so it's on my face right now. So I'm already failing at this, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. I've not really got much foundation on my forehead. I'm just going to do it anyway. So I'm just going to apply it on top. It will be fine. I can hear you all gasp in the comments like, ANWEN, you've got to follow the directions. And I'm just like, feck the directions. So it just says to achieve a natural micro. I've got a really itchy nose. I don't know why are you so itchy today. I don't want to itch it because it's going to feck up my freckles. To achieve a natural microbladed look, use the micro trident tip to draw small hair-like strokes diagonally along the brow and inner corners. For a bolder look, use the thick, flat section of the tip to fill in the brows. Okay, so we're doing diagonal stripes. Did it say stripes? No, it says strokes. Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, what? Excuse me? This is like a little mini, like, fork or something. Look at this. It's kind of cute. Like, I'm kind of living for this right now. Look how cute that fecker is. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. Right, okay, so I just kind of go like this, I feel, to create, like, little hairs. I don't know. Okay, so where does it get its product from? What? Because I'm thinking, oh, let me just do it on my hand first. Okay, can you see that? So it's kind of like silicone, I feel. But I'm wondering, like, how does it not dry out? Like, do you have to, like, dip it in there and that replenishes it of its product? Because it's, oh yeah, right, it's a screw cap. So I feel like you screw it in. Okay, and in the lid, is that where it picks up more of its product? Because probably, yeah. But let's just imagine, yes, in the lid is where the product lives. So if I put it on my hand again, is that... Okay, right, anyway, we get the idea. It was a little bit painful on my hand. I'm just like, excuse me. So I'm just going to go in with this. So it said to do diagonal lines. Okay, let me get real close so you can see everything that's going on. I mean, it's definitely, like, super easy to use. I feel like if, you know, the tip bit wasn't as flexible as it is, it would maybe be a bit more effective, because I'm finding, like, you know what, like, just watch when I put it on like this, it kind of just bends. It's kind of like, imagine a floppy cock. I mean, that's not much use, is it? Just like this. So I don't want it to be like this. I want it to just stay rigid and hard and make those strokes, you know what I mean? But actually, it's very, very, like, let me just come up. It's very, very easy to use. I mean, you don't really need much skill. I mean, it is just a case of doing little strokes. I'm kind of liking it, and I feel like, you know, it does kind of look good. I mean, it's different. I use like a brow pomade and a brush, and I find that gives me like a really, like, intense, solid, like, arse-whipping kind of eyebrow. But this is, like, very different. It's a little bit more of like a refined eyebrow. Like, this is a, like, lady eyebrow. Like, she's got her skirt down to her ankles. She has a turtleneck on, and she's just, you know, playing Scrabble every single night over a hot cup of cocoa. I mean, that's kind of eyebrow that I feel like this is. Okay, so I mean, you could definitely see, I feel, a big difference between the two eyebrows. Do you know what? I'm not hating this. I'm kind of really, really liking it, because it is, to me, this is very unique. I've not used a product quite like this before, and it definitely has given me a very different eyebrow look than what I would create with either, you know, like a brow pencil or my brow pomade. So I am really kind of liking that. I don't know if I prefer it to my brow pomade, but I definitely do like it. So I'm just going to, like, screw the stick back in its cap. I'm just screwing. No, I'm not. I just pushed it in there. I mean, really. So, okay, I'm just going to spin it. I don't know why. I feel like it can get more of its product that way. And I'm going to pull the bad boy out again. Pull out, seriously. You know, one time, after I had Alex, and I went to this is total TMI, but I went to the doctor's, and she was like, okay, so what birth control are you on at the moment? And I said, the pulling out method. And she was like, what? She laughed. She thought it was hilarious. But I said, no, I'm not joking. Like, literally, the pull out method. Anyway, TMI, but seriously, don't do that at home, kids. Use contraception, reliable contraception. The pull-out method is not effective. I mean, really. Well, actually, it kind of was, but this is terrible. Use a condom, guys. Use the pill. Don't use the pull-out method. Like, I feel like a terrible role model right now. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to pull the lid on and change the subject back to the eyebrow situation. So I'm going to repeat on the other side. And guys, like, this is the easiest like eyebrow product in the world to use because it kind of does all the work for you. But I just wish it wasn't so fecking floppy. It goes like this. And I'm like, no, stay up, stay rigid. Don't be doing your yoga move. I'm just like, what the fuck? So you just literally go like this. Do you know what? I wish it was not so fucking rigid. Do you know what? I feel like writing to L'Oreal and saying, can you just make this hard? Like, make it hard. I don't want it to be flopping about. Like, look. Can you see what I mean? It flops right down like that. And it just renders it ridiculous. Because, I mean, even though it's done a good job, with it flopping down like this, like it's doing a yoga class, it's just not as effective as it would be if it was just like rigid and hard. We all enjoy something rigid and hard, you know, from time to time. Do you know, another thing that I actually really like about this is it's really easy to use. You know, when you're in a corners, like I always struggle with the dreaded like inner corner here when I'm using my brow pomade. That is always the place that just messes up and ends up looking terrible because it's so difficult to kind of recreate hairs, I feel, in this area here. But this is really, really good for that. So I would probably use this in conjunction with my brow pomade so that I could use this to do that tricky like inner bit and then use the brow pomade for the rest of the brow. I feel like that would be a little match made in eyebrow heaven. Okay, so I'm just going to go back in again and oh, okay, twist, twist, twist. I don't know if that's what you're meant to do, but there was a complete lack of instruction on either website that I checked, so I am just winging it. Yeah, this fat, I know I keep harping on about it like a broken record, but I feel like nothing's coming out. Okay, there's something coming out, but I have to dip back in now because I've just wasted it on my hand. Like, I know I keep harping on about this like a broken record, but the fact that it is so floppy, it just does not, I don't think it like makes it as good as it has the potential to be. I feel like this is really, really good for the inner, you know, the inner areas. I'm not particularly liking the look of it like back here, you know, at the end, and I feel like you couldn't really get much definition. You know, if you're a fan of like a really bold, intense, ball-breaking eyebrow, this would not probably suit you, I don't feel, because as you can see, it does give you like, it doesn't give you that definition, if you know what I mean. And I feel like this would be a really good like collabing product, so you could, you know, collab this with your brow pomade, you could collab it with your favorite eyebrow pencil. It's not really like the star of the show in its own right, it's just like a side eyebrow product. It's a side bitch, do you know what I mean? Because for me anyway, this is obviously all my opinions and it's subjective. Like, you may love this, but I mean, I'm just saying that's kind of, for me, it would be like the side bitch. Okay, so I feel like I have got my eyebrows to the point where I'm kind of happy with them. And just in conclusion, I actually really, really like this product. As I said earlier, it's extremely kind of unique to me. I've never seen anything quite like this before. And I actually think that the look that it's produced is very different to anything that I've produced before. I would definitely recommend this to you if you like this look. Obviously, I've probably not done it as well as some other people might, but I would definitely say if you're a fan of like more intense, bolder brows, then maybe this wouldn't be for you. But it could be really good as, you know, the side bitch, as I said earlier, for the inner corners. So when you're using your brow pomade to get your super intense, pussy popping eyebrows, you could just use this on those dreaded inner corners. So I feel like it is a really good like collab product, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I like it. I think it's kind of wonderful. I think it's kind of unique and innovative and inspired. I just wish it was fecking rigid and not flexible. That's my biggest gripe with this. Why does the tip bit, what did they call it? They had some crazy like, you know, space galactic sausage penis face, whatever they called it, you know, for the tip. I just wish, look, watch this. It just bends. It just bends. Why do you bend? Why can't you just stay upright? It's very sad. But guys, I almost forgot. I was just about to wrap up the video and then I remembered that it said for more intense, bolder brows, you could use like the flat section. So I am just going to try that now. So I'm just kind of pressing its floppy self against my eyebrows. Okay, so you could use that side, you know, just to fill everything in, thus defeating the purpose of the microbladed look, which is meant to be a little bit more like, you know, individual brow hairs. But I'm going to just do it anyway, because obviously we've got to test out the product to the max. That definitely has added a little bit more of an intensive look. I love the shade. I think this is the perfect shade for me. As I said, it was cool brunette. And I mean, I do really like it. I think it would just work wonderfully, you know, for the inner corners. If you didn't want to use it like all over your brows, because let's face it, it's not giving me like the most, you know, intense perfect brow that I know a lot of people like. So I don't know necessarily if I would be using it on its own, but I definitely feel like I am going to be using it for the inner corners. And then maybe, you know, from time to time when I want a different kind of brow look, I will definitely be bringing this product out and just using it. So I hope that you've enjoyed the video. I would definitely recommend you give this a go if it's something that you're interested in. If you like the look on my eyebrows, keep in mind I'm not in any way probably the best person at doing eyebrows, but you get the general idea. I definitely think it would be an interesting one to try. I think for $7.99, it's actually quite a reasonable price. And I applaud L'Oreal for kind of doing something a little bit different and a little bit more innovative, you know, than just the standard eyebrow pencil. So I think that that's absolutely wonderful. And yeah, with all that being said, I'm gonna go. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it helpful. If this is a product that you were intrigued about or possibly thinking about buying, please let me know in the comments downstairs. Have you tried this product? What were your thoughts on it? I would be really keen to know. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with more.